Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Ifa Nadira binti Muhammad Hasli and my number metric 202-312-9563.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Taufik bin Shahriwal and my metric number is 202-393-19 and 15.
Hi, my name is Nuruddin Nedali bin Yaakob. My metric number 0203-303-5X9.
Hi, my name is Kristina binti Masnas Darmaji and my metric number is 202-397-4433.
Today, I'll be presenting our work assignment on effective leadership and its impact on employee performance and job satisfaction. In this study, we'll look at the common issues that arising from the poor leadership such as micromanagement, bias or favoritism, lack of motivation and inadequate feedback or recognition. We found that when the leader adopt more effective style, focusing on the trust, inclusivity, emotional intelligence and recognition, they can wisely improve employee motivation, satisfaction and performance. Ultimately, our assignment emphasizes how strong leadership benefit both staff and the overall organization. Leadership is critical for shaping an organization culture, performance and long-term success. According to Ratnasari and College, leadership goes beyond giving order. It's about inspiring people, boosting their confidence and motivating them to achieve shared objectives. In today's increasingly complex workplace, leaders must adapt by focusing on emotional intelligence, trust and inclusivity. We also discovered that when leaders fail to communicate clearly and freely, it impacts employee engagement, satisfaction and productivity. Simply put, when leaders are effective, team flourish. When leaders fail, both the employee and the organization suffer.
The objective of this study was to understand how different styles and approaches of leadership affect employee performance and job satisfaction. We wanted to pinpoint which behavior creates a productive and happy work environment, and also investigate how strong leadership can help mitigate common issues like low morale, high turnover, and decreased efficiency.
Issue in communication or identification of the issue. One of the biggest challenges in many workplaces is poor communication between leaders and employees. When leaders fail to listen, provide clear instructions, or recognize staff efforts, it causes confusion, low motivation, and dissatisfaction. The first issue is micromanagement. This is when leaders try to control every tiny aspect of an employee's work. Instead of trusting their staff to do their job, micromanagers constantly watch, review, and correct. According to a SHRM study from our report, this approach damages employee autonomy, making staff feel like they ain't trusted. As a result, their confidence decreases, their creativity is stifled, and their performance and growth are limited. Over time, this also can lead to increased stress and burnout.
The second issue is lack of motivation, often caused by ineffective communication. When leaders fail to clearly state expectations, recognize staff efforts, or listen to their team's concern, employees can feel ignored or undervalued. According to Guzo and Click 2021, this issue became even more evident during the pandemic when staff felt isolated due to a lack of communication. Without motivation, performance drops, turnover increases, and overall organizational productivity suffers. Third issue is another pair or recognition. This is when leaders fail to give constructive feedback about an employee's performance or forget to acknowledge their hard work. Without feedback, staff don't understand how to improve, and without recognition, they don't feel valued. Both factors can lead to decrease in motivation, lower morale, and eventually higher turnover. According to research, a culture that lacks regard, feedback and recognition create an environment where staff feel disconnected and undervalued.
Okay, the fourth issue is a bias or favoritism. This occurs when leaders give certain teams members special treatment, like offering them better project, ignore their mistake, or promoting them unfairly. According to Temerabili 2024, favoritism is a form of corruption because it damages trust, equity, and teamwork. In Malaysia, this often show up in areas like gender or racial discrimination, where certain groups are overlooked despite their ability. The result: frustration, decreased motivation, higher turnover, and a toxic work culture. Issue discussion and analysis. In this section, we explore how their issue can be addressed and how effective leadership can turn this challenge into opportunity and for growth.
Next, good leader focus on setting clear objectives rather than imposing rigid instruction. This means allowing staff to understand the what and why of the task and giving them the space to figure out the how. Clear goals build trust, foster a sense of belonging, and enable staff to innovate and develop their own capabilities. The result is a more confident and motivated team.
Next is create supportive and inclusive work environment. A supportive environment is making every team member feel respected, valued, and heard. According to research, teams that collaborate openly and respect each person's input can be 25% more productive and 21% more profitable. According to Johnson et al. 2023, leaders can cultivate this by allowing staff to voice their ideas, recognizing their efforts, and providing opportunities for training and personal growth. In this environment, staff can work with psychological safety, feeling confident to innovate, ask questions, and express concerns openly.
Next, peer-to-peer recognition is an often overlooked but highly effective tool for boosting staff morale. Sometimes, a manager doesn't witness every employee's hard work, especially in daily tasks, but colleagues do. A culture where team members can recognize and thank each other foster belonging, collaboration, and mutual respect. According to studies by Zappos Insight 2012 and OC Tanner 2021, this approach improves teamwork, trust, and overall job satisfaction, making staff feel genuinely valued every day.
Okay, finally, combating bias start with making sure promotion, rewards, and feedback are based on the measurable metric like KPI, quality, and productivity, not personal relationship or prejudice. Regular one-on-one meeting and performance review can also build trust and transparency. Education and training for leaders about unconscious bias is another important step. In Malaysia, with its multicultural workforce, focusing on fairness and inclusivity ensure every employee has an equal chance to contribute and growth.
In conclusion, from all the report we have prepared for the group assignment, effective leadership is critical for cultivating satisfied, motivated, and high-performing employees. It's about creating an environment where staff feel valued, trusted, and inspired. Strong leader practice emotional intelligence, set clear goals, and give constructive feedback and recognize both individual and team effort. This approach benefits employees and the organization as a whole, leading to long-term success.
Next is recommendation. Based on our findings, we recommend that leaders treat employees fairly and foster an inclusive, respectful culture. Maintain open, transparent communication to build trust and belonging. Engage staff actively by allowing them to contribute ideas and feedback. Encourage collaboration and teamwork, making sure every employee feels valued, and also support work-life balance through flexible policies and well-being programs. Besides that, invest in training for leaders and staff to build a strong culture aligned with the organization objective. This practice will help build a resilient, productive, and engaged workforce that can adapt and thrive into this dynamic work environment.